In this video, I'll be having a VOD review session / discussion with Team Duo from scrims and tournaments from last playtest. I hope you guys enjoy, and if you do like this type of content that I do with the teams, please let me know and comment about it, and I'll make sure to make more of it. Alright, enjoy. What would you guys like to learn from this session? Is there anything like particular that you want to get out from this? Is like general discussion, get like some different ideas, or do you guys have like a goal in mind of something that you want to learn from this?
I would say the main thing we would need to learn from this, or at least try to learn from this, is how to get more of an advantage early game. Because we find ourselves a lot of times run into the late game against your team, against Bomba, against Pumpers. They have like 7 red powers and we have like 2.
Yeah.
And yeah, it feels like a lot of we have good starts. We just don't abuse the fact we had a good start.
Alright, fair.
Maybe in late game we lack of finding the good post to defend, or
yeah, and also like the very end game, we don't really know how to initiate the last fight. A lot of time it's just waiting and hoping for something to happen.
I see. Yeah, that's good notes. That's good notes to bring it on. So if anything else like pops up throughout, just let me know. So first question then, like when you guys see the map, like who's like the IGL of the team? What are you guys like planning, thinking when you see the map like this, and what are you like doing?
It's either me or Choip, like 90% of the time. I'll say mostly for the scrims and the series I've been shot calling.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of our plan around early game is getting our power users on, since we usually run 3 power users. So a lot of the time it's either hitting Hydro Vault and then another Vault, or hitting Underrot for the double Vault.
Alright, so liking like vaults in general. So you get, I see the pings here already. So you kind of like want abyssal vaults in general, and then trying to activate via them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I see. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, like at least for my team, we at least value a lot of stats. I think like the legendary armor here is really good and not something you want to go for free. I think in your case, you can easily try to like path via Emotech and then get down to grind, but of course you can take the safer route with like the highway kind of down. In general, that's like, I'll just give like our POV throughout, and then if it's useful or not, you guys decide, of course. But I think like making sure that if there's at least 3 teams or 2 teams, whatever, what is special about like the 4 armors is that you can easily just check like boxes on the side, maybe be lucky, get an armor, and like get the fuck out, like yeah, at least we got an armor, let's do our next objective kind of stuff. Which is really nice about like having everything on one area. So not necessarily about, okay, now we're fighting Emotech, we're trying to get all armors, but just try to grab an armor, and that kind of fucks over other teams as well.
Would you say it's even worth to just send one guy there and like the rest would go Site 38, for example?
Yeah, like especially if your guys' plan is all the way to grind, I wouldn't mind like you guys just send one guy, live or die by the sword kind of stuff, try to get an armor, and then in the meantime like you have a lot of rest spots on the bottom side, and you'll see by the path by how many people kind of goes through the bottom side if there will be contention or not. Like,
do you remember where you dropped it?
Yeah, I remember. I watched it like
yeah, we can start to see.
Wait, is it even good to go grind here? Because I remember we talked about it and said something like, "Oh, it's too far away." But
I'm pretty sure we still go for it, because I remember Choik was calling Vine Grove into Ion.
Really, I thought we go.
And I was like,
machine.
Why would we ever go Vine? There's not a single camp, and I just started spamming.
Okay, so my question then would be, why would you not just land here, pod, and then highway down, and then farm Wraiths towards down?
I mean, that's actually a good plan. I was counting squads at this point.
Yeah, because I think like highways are not really utilized so much. Like, for example, if you want to play early stacks, you can drop on this spot and then highway down. Or if the plane path is different, like you can drop early here or here and then highway down. So like these 3 highways are really good.
Yeah, we never thought of that. We're never using them. That's true.
Yeah, we use them only for the rotations after.
Yeah, so for example, pink team, you see pink team, they're probably like, if they also want to contest and grind, they're probably quicker if they just take the highway down, farm waves on under it, and they will be like faster than you guys to grind if they want to like get that vault. But yeah, so somebody got Academy for free. There were like 3 teams at Orange Armor, and then yeah, it seems like it's 3 teams trying to go down to contest.
I remember this early game.
Okay. So I'll ask before we get into the fight there. What do you guys think about your comp? Early game, mid game, and late game. My definition of early, mid, late, basically, just to clarify, early game is like basically day 1, and then after day 1 you're basically in the mid game, and then late game is kind of the when day 4 late, like the last boss spawns.
Yeah, when we max level.
Yeah,
I would say we're like we have the weakest early game comp in the game or something, because it feels like it. Mid game we're pretty strong, and late game we have to look for picks.
Yeah, I think mid game we kind of can roll most comps. Early game we usually avoid fights unless I run into a comp I think we have a good shot against. And late game we usually just wait for either a punch or a good hook, or a good pull from me. But usually we play it more safe late game.
Yeah. So is there like a specific reason you guys don't go support? Is it like nobody plays them, you don't value them, or?
We should have said it earlier, but we're an OTP squad. We're only playing these characters and do nothing else.
Okay, that explains.
Since we started pretty recently, we kind of each one picked a character and we just stuck to it. And right now the goal is, okay, we need to get macro correct so we can start actually learning different characters.
Yeah, I respect that a lot. Like if everybody like you just being one trick from the start just to learn it, I think that's a really good idea. Just making sure you have the ins and outs of one character, and then it becomes easier to learn other hunters later. So
exactly.
It makes a lot of sense. So I respect that a lot. So like when you are in this environment, and at least in scrims and etc., then I do feel like you guys will be fighting with an underhand, like depending on what comps you're meeting. I do think there's a big gap between the top and bottom like EU teams, but like if you're fighting against the top teams, then you probably will be starting with a disadvantage a little bit because of comp. I'm not I'll go back. Yeah, here's open map. I'm not fan of this split though. Is your guys' plan still grind?
No,
I don't remember what I called it.
No, we're taking the armors from machine and we're recalling to Kempo.
Okay.
Oh, right.
That was the plan, yeah.
Okay, so the idea now is this, and then take this campfire and then like link up here?
I think it is.
Yeah. Okay, so one note I'll have for that then is that I'm not a fan of it, and the reason why is that you guys know that there's one team who dropped Academy. So if they're smart, they'll pop UAV, see you guys close by, get level 5, and then rush you down. It's very scary to like play on this side of the map without like a specific objective in mind, because now you're kind of in between everything that is good. Like you're not getting legendary, you're not getting abyssal stuff, and you're not getting the XP. So you're kind of the middle of the map without like a clear objective to play for.
Yeah, the only thing we're getting here are the armors from machine.
Yeah.
And we're getting all the vaults, like the mage bug one, and I think after we go up to Frag ISO.
I think here they went gridlock, right?
We'll
Academy
see.
squad?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they'll have WAVs on the spot. So I think from your position, like I don't mind like going for this way, but yeah, number one, I would probably like highway down to grind. If you don't want to go for that route, I like the machine call, like you have Volt here. Then I would either want to just play through the bottom side here, since least people are gonna be there, or as you said, like you can play Fraggle, you gotta go on top side and play on this side. So like you have two options. I just don't want to be in the middle and early, because I think that's a very risky place.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I do think the bottom side is more safe because of the plane path. So everybody dropped like alongside this path. So that means more people are going to gravitate towards top side rather than bottom side. So I still think like grind would be a good thing, but yeah, machine. I like the call for machine at least to get the armors, but staying in Magebog I think is very scary. I'll yeah, those punch hard now. I'll skip through a little bit and then see when we get something like next stage or something happening. Oh, grapple hook! You must be up in love with this guy.
Our powers we're usually really excited to see are grapple, abyss, hover. Forest walking is actually fucking stupid.
Alright, let's see there. Oh, I can't click out the space button. So, what's your guys' plan now?
Actually, here I don't remember what we.
I think we're going for the boss.
Okay,
I remember.
So, with the new information that you guys have, like, say for example, like, forget what you do, but what would you want to do? Like, take some time. Let's assess the like information that we can play with. How do you guys want to play right now, kind of stuff?
I think I don't remember what powers we had here. I think the call was to get better powers since the academy team didn't hit the vault and they already moved to scavenger. But I think honestly the best play would be to hit the UAV on Hallows and see what's even happening. See if there's a team just farming something solo.
Yeah, you have like a decent amount of information so far. I think like powers, good thing, as you say, do you have 2 vaults nearby that they apparently like haven't touched, which is interesting. So if you're not happy with powers, I don't mind looking for that. And since you guys are not in the strongest position, I would want to like look towards the night 1 boss. I think it's very sketchy to just kind of give free reign to possibly who wants to just go for this, because as you mentioned earlier, like, okay, why are we always in the situation where people end up with exotics? Well, 1, you guys are not looking for fights, and 2, exotic powers you're not really looking for. So this is like 2 things you're kind of missing out on this spot, where I think like vaults are fine, but you're using like a lot of time on the vaults instead of potentially looking for isolated fights.
Yeah.
So at this point, people have probably been fighting a lot and or already, hopefully, you know, in position to fight for the night 1 bosses. Here you get like a blue armor, pretty decent vault. But yeah, I want to see you guys. Oh, hey, it's me. Yeah, so you guys like have decent powers overall. You're now like in an isolated. Oh, let me go back actually for the because you open the map quick. I did not. Yeah, there, perfect. So this is like a good scenario for you guys. Like you prepped powers and want to be in this position. Like my team, we would also say like we're in a good position, so we want to take this. The reason why is we see this as an isolated fight. So to be able to extend your lead, trying to make sure that you're happy with your armor, powers, whatever, and then looking for isolated fights to get, you know, shards and potentially the PvP key, which can snowball. So this is isolated. You have a backup plan to like kind of get out this way. But yeah, I want to see. I don't remember what happens here, even though I'm here. So
I'm pretty sure we just back off.
Yeah, we're just back.
So why do you guys back off?
I don't remember why I made that call.
I think because we were scared of your powers, but I'm not sure we're really.
Are you 5 at the time, or?
No, we're 4. Only you're 5.
Yeah, because like you guys have 1 level 5. You have grapple. Wait, guys, you're afraid of our powers?
Yeah, my okay.
I think we're more afraid of the oath. I think a lot of our game plan around oath goes into we have to get like RJ on 5.
I do
And,
think you guys are in like a really good position here. Like, if we have no clue that Kingpin is in this bush, you can like easily dunk on off and then try to look for a one shot. Now the only thing that is, again, I'm saying like if we don't, I don't remember if we knew you were there or not, like even. But this is like a potential flank. You can even just grapple engage here and try to blow somebody up. Like your grapple engage is super good. Now the only thing is where like I have no clue where I am, so like you don't know where the fourth is. I could be on the flank or whatever, or I don't know if you spot me on the map. But I think you guys are like objectively in a stronger position than we are at right now. Like we are even the ones walking back, because yeah, I was on the top left there, so I wasn't like even close with the guys. So if you guys capitalized, grapple dunk onto off, you guys would be probably in like a better position to fight.
Yeah, that's the fight we should have taken.
Yeah.
So now you're kind of like, again, not really doing too much. It was kind of the best scenario you had. Isolated fight, power advantage, even a level advantage, which was really good for you guys.
Also, something we didn't realize throughout the week is we weren't flanking a lot, and that is something we already went over, that we shouldn't just play as a group of 4 for the entire time.
Yeah, like your comp like wants flanks kind of stuff. So especially like when you have KP with Mana Cloak, like looking for flanks is really good.
So we kind of just in general came to the idea we should be playing 1-1-2. Like somebody stays with KP, so we can guarantee a kill off a hook, and then 2 guys flanking.
And this is Scrims, right? This was the Scrims games, right?
Yeah, that was the script.
Yeah, then I would like also definitely just look for fights. Like here we learn a lot of information. Now you guys are pinging the boss. You have a team here, team, or like, and then scatter kind of stuff. What do you want to do here?
Here I would start the fight on the right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's the most isolated. That's the most isolated fight we can get. If we go for the team on the left, the team from north will come to us. Also, the team from the south will hear us and know we're fighting alone.
Exactly. Because like if you go for the boss here, you will be like, yeah, kind of fucked in all positions. Like they will be just all around you. So the best possible, like if I'm in you guys in this situation, we have an isolated fight on right side. We have levels and we have powers. Like we need to extend our leads. If we're playing for win, then we need to be willing to look for fights as well.
Yeah, we're looking for the right.
But yeah, you guys were split up, got caught, and now you're on the back foot.
Yeah.
Or 2 of you. What?
Yeah, and we lost
Ben,
It was.
I remember the call out of, "Oh, I'm dead."
Yeah, because this
I
is the
didn't
thing.
know
Like,
what happened there, to be honest.
because like flanks are good, but like pre-establishing, looking for a fight, it's important to be together. So just making sure that you're a squad, and say for example you guys are all here together, and then you see on the map, okay, now we have a team to our right. That is when we split up and look for the flank. But before you have established that you want to fight, then you need to be together, kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
So you guys have been like in a really good position the whole game, but kind of not capitalizing on your advantages. This is I respect the nuke. I'll just say that. I'll just say that. Alright, so what do you want to do? Okay, I'll go back to hit the map here. What's your guys' plan now? Boom, there, we have info. How do you guys get back into the game? What is your thoughts here?
I think the boss is kind of safe because the 2 teams above are fighting. Maybe we get pinched by the last team on the right, on the next to the beacon. But I think we aim for the boss.
That's fair. So personally, I would not want to go for a boss in this situation. Like, the only reason where I can see it's fine is if you play in this area, activate it, and then hook it out. But the problem is that the moment you guys hit this boss, like, everybody can really react, because you don't know if they are in the fight or not. And they're all on the side where they can jump us. Now, you guys are like decently clear on this side, so you can look for it. What I would do in general, though, is because of the positions to see, I would either look to catch this isolated guy or look to third party. Like, third party is kind of your best way into the game. I don't think it's like game changing to get this boss. You don't even know what it is. You can like walk there and say it's like skeleton keyblade kind of stuff, and doesn't really help you guys. But using the time when people are potentially in a skirmish to third party, I think is best way to get back into the game right now.
What are we pinging right after that?
What do you say?
I want to see what we chose to do.
Yeah.
I think we go for the
Yeah, I like looking for the isolated dude. Yeah, like this is the like kills to get back. If you're lucky, get a PvP key. This for sure what I would be going for myself. I would like just go balls in deep, kill them as quickly as possible. Very ambitious hook, but you get engaged. Good kill. Yeah, very nice. Like that's what you needed to get back. Sadly, no PvP key, but again, some shards help a lot with stats at least. Yeah, chase the last guy. Oh, he also had good stuff, so that was a really good comeback actually. He had an eye, no? Potentially can get like double abyssal, but
we get an eye, I remember.
We get an eye. Double abyssal is a lot of our plan.
And grapple as well. Okay, here I like small details. I would drop the mana battery and give it to Kingpin, and just give the grapple hook to, I don't know, anybody else, kind of stuff.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We valued grapple way more than mana cloak, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I think in this patch, like hopefully they change the next one, but like Invis is kind of broken, because you can so easily get engaged and get close to people without the Invis breaking. And with this, you can get permanently in this, so you can scout around, you can get a lot of information. So I think just at least, like, sure, you can have the grapple on KP if you want it for engage, but I think just give that combo to anybody. Like, sure, maybe Brawl can then take the Invis plus mana battery combo and just scout for you guys to get information. But pairing up the mana cloak with delicate battery, I think is big here. Doesn't have to be Kingpin, so. Alright, here you get some information. I assume you guys are just going to be third partying, and that's what I hope you're doing. So what I want to see, like, when you guys look here, is that you don't hard engage into anybody, because now there's a lot of teams there. You see 3 teams nearby, so now it's all about, like, playing catches.
I remember calling this was so close.
Okay, you're looking for multiple angles. You guys are very split though, and you go for kill inside the town. Yeah, so like this fight seems very split. Like we also played this really split. I remember this fight actually, but I think the problem here for you guys is that you talk about, okay, let's have a flank, but who is flanking and who is playing together? Because right now I see 3 different fights kind of stuff. We have KP on the flank, who's looking here. We have Choip on this angle, and you guys on this angle. And then you holding this choke well, but when they engage, you guys end up splitting up, which I think is like the first mistake. So the engage comes in, and then now suddenly our Brawl is behind on the myth. So you're playing on 2 fronts there. So now Brawl is all alone in the middle. KP is still on the flank. Jewel is disappearing in the top left somewhere. But like, yeah, so we're just not playing it together, and I think that's like the big fault there. You probably could have like won this if you played the choke and hold it together.
Yeah, I would say that's a really big problem we have in nearly every game, that we just play the fights very chaotic and just don't call enough.
Yeah, so I think the main important thing for you guys is just like having roles, like typical roles. Doesn't mean that you have to and must follow those roles all the time, but to help give an indication of like how you want to be looking for fights. Because you mentioned it to me earlier. Okay, we like KP on flanks. You have Invis grapple. He can get a flank and then engage. Anything else? If nothing else, then everybody then the 3 others should just always, be together. Unless you have made another plan.
Actually, that wasn't the plan we wanted to follow. Yesterday we talked about it and said that our Jewel and Brawl should always just look for picks, and Kingpin and Rocket Jumper should stay together.
Okay. So you want to play like 2-2 kind of fights?
No. 1-2-1.
Yeah, kind of. The conclusion we got to is a lot of times we run into comps with Zeph and Oath. And a lot of times I don't have the damage to just pop someone. And even if I pop someone, they will just get rezzed. So we came to the conclusion that we should have the Brawl there for the anti-heal. And we should just call a target and execute that guy as soon as possible. And then it's just a free before fight.
I agree with that. So the thing then is you can look for flanks, but as you say, like you just need to kill that one target, like that one guy. So whenever the fight is like sure played multiple angles, okay, then I actually want to go back to the fighter and listen to comms. Just to see like how you guys want to play it.
No, chip size orange. Chip size beetle.
Okay. What, they saw me? Oh, I nearly got him in the frame!
Almost. Well, watch out, we cannot engage.
If you see an opportunity, go for it.
Adama, this one?
Yeah, we called 2 different targets.
Yeah.
Because I called for Vinpin to go on Ori.
Yeah.
And at the same time, me and Choi were just trying to kill Oath as fast as possible.
Yeah, exactly. So like the idea is there. Like you're calling, let's kill the myth. Okay, like if you see an angle Brawl on myth, go for it. But then you just need to turn on that together. Like the call is myth, and myth is what you need to go for if there's like nothing else that is like clearer to go for. So there was kind of the mistake that you had the call, but you just didn't go for it.
Yeah. Why am I there?
Yeah, because
I don't remember why did I go there.
The town alone.
Alright, so now you guys are like kind of on the back foot. Now it's all about just trying to get back in the game. I would say main thing that I'm seeing is one, like when you are in like isolated 1v1 fights, you kind of just need to analyze the situation, like what does that team have and what do you guys have, and then just look for if that is a good fight or not. Because you could have had some good fights earlier. Now the game is kind of like over for you guys, unless you want to look at the rest of the game or have like specific questions, or we can like jump to the next game.
I think
we have a
actually
decent game.
came back.
Yeah.
I think we came back.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Then I'm really curious to see how you go back. Okay, good rest on the opposite side. So now it's kind of the same as we mentioned earlier, where everything is about third parties. Oh, here we see.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you find the fight on the left side. Actually gonna be us. I do not like how hard you guys are committing, but you're getting like catches, because like here we end up dying for it and now Pumpers is there. This is the thing, like looking for catches in third parties and not hard engaging. So there you could have gotten like a lot more stuff, because the idea for you guys in that situation is not to trade members, but just catch one member and trying to get those stuff. Like if you catch one member who has 2 powers when you guys just rest and you get those 2 powers, then you're like super happy. But like if you hard engage and you take one member for one member, damn, you also just jump onto a most wanted. Oh, big actually. Yeah, it's like that's good. Like on the catches, like finding isolated targets to try to get back. But the earlier fight there is very risky because if you all in and orange team also comes, they will be at an advantage basically.
The fuck am I doing? Holy shit.
Yeah, I remember calling, wait, Vin, you good there? And you just walk by like 4 teams.
Yeah, I was in the bush. I remember that. Crazy.
Here we call it off since we're free. But like right now we're in a good spot. Mostly we're level 9.
Yeah,
We have
this was
really
like
good.
yeah, you
We
actually
have
have
really
decent
good powers because of power users. How do I not kill him? Okay, right?
Yeah, like main issues. So like I easily see is like why is our KP suddenly alone here when 2 of our guys is fighting Kingpin? You guys are just perma splitting up.
I think we called that split because we knew it's the last person. Yeah, we knew it's the last person.
No, fuck.
No, we don't call it.
No, we don't.
But okay, so then like you're not even calling that, and you're sending the worst matchup, like sending the KP into a Shiv. Like if I'm KP, I'm never chasing a Shiv.
Yeah, I should have went there, and Mickey should have stayed on the ult, since he can just stun through the shield.
Yeah, so like sending into correct matchups and making sure that you're just staying together. Like even if you get that last kill, I don't think that changes much. When you look at what the team has, it's not like game changing to get that last kill. The zone is coming in anyway, and you guys can like ledge guard, and that will be dead after. So there's like a lot of splitting issues I see at the moment. Get some more powers back.
Again, well, are only losing 2 powers every time.
But you are losing them though. Like
Yeah,
you don't have the stealth
true.
cloak. The stealth cloak is big. Like you had delicate battery with stealth cloak and you didn't get to use it. Kind of rough. Okay, trick with this. When you get bunched, I'll go back a bit. Never just jump back when you get bunched. Like here, if you get bunched, try to get behind this corner or behind this corner first, and then you'll just get blocked by this like.
Yeah, anyway,
boulders.
I know I can just ult out of the Benji.
Yeah, but then
Yeah, but then
instead
you're
of
losing
using your ult.
Yeah. True.
But if they hear that, they'll just insta-engage now. Okay, Bishop, no R, we can just look for catches.
I mean, but they also use the
Use
ult,
the off. Yep.
so they know they have to go back here.
Okay, I didn't see they use that. Yeah,
Okay.
I would open map here. Like the moment this UAV hits, open map, check information. Like what do we see on the map, and like where do you guys want to play? There, because this is too late. Like if you guys were looking where everybody is, you could have kind of planned out.
Yeah,
where you want to play.
usually I'm flickering my map like crazy.
And like everybody should do it just to get an observation. It's just a good habit to have. Alright, here you are all at least chasing the same target. Love to see it. Here I would love to just open the map and get information. There, perfect. Alright. One guy fighting one team. So right now, you guys have free reign on the bottom side of the map. What do you guys want to do now?
I would still try to go for this most wanted.
And then, if you kill the most wanted, what then?
If I kill the most wanted, I would look to engage on the top team. Since we don't know which team is what, we don't know which team is the strongest either.
I think just the team above is like they have the team in the bushes.
No, we called it off
No.
from the most wanted since it's a stalker, and yeah.
Alright, so what is important about late game now is all about like assessing the power levels of the team. Like how many was it, like 4 or 5 teams left? Let's see, you're watching them rotating down. There's 5 teams live. Yeah, so what is really important now is kind of like assessing who is the strongest teams in the lobby. And then it's all about like kind of cooperating honestly with like the weaker teams to get back into the game. Like this fight is fine because it's isolated and you still have 2 more teams to like quotation mark collaborate with afterwards. You gain a lot of good stuff. So now the late game is all about like bitching the other teams, or like bitching the strongest teams if you're playing for the win. And you should like always of course like play for the win. So yeah, really good powers. Did you pick up the bonfire? I guess you did. It seems like you picked up the bonfire. I don't know who has it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
The way I remember throwing it.
We
Yeah.
have it on Winpin.
All right, so now you're in like a 3-way standoff. You have a most wanted behind you. What do you guys want to do?
We run on the most wanted.
Why?
Yeah, here we run on the most wanted because it's the same most wanted from earlier, and they are about to pop, and we're gonna be squeezed between 2 teams.
Okay, so here is where I disagree. I think that's a very stupid thing. The reason why I say it's a stupid thing, when you guys looked at the red team earlier, you saw they have Damage Soul and the powers they have and the armor they have. They're like objectively the strongest team in the lobby. So that means that if you guys kill the other last team here, you guys are in a 1v1 that is objectively harder for you guys. I would say the best possible situation for you guys is helping the most wanted team and then try to either push them into this team when they revive, or make sure that red team is trying to fight them and then you third party. In a 3-way standoff, you never want to be the team to engage first. So if you guys kill the team here and you're like objectively the weaker team of the other one, like if you guys are the strongest team in the lobby, you guys can just go for this because then you have a free 1v1. But now you guys are like objectively weaker. You're putting yourself in a 1v1 where you don't have zone position, you don't have better armor or better powers, so you're just making the game like harder for yourself.
Yeah.
Now of course, like if you let them also want to live, there's a chance that they could win the game. But then again, like if you look at these guys, look at what they have.
Yep.
Yeah. You want all the help you can, and it's actually like a legitimate thing. Like the 2 weakest teams trying to help each other because they know that if the other weak team dies, it is kind of lost. But if both weak teams are alive trying to fuck over the strong team and the strong team dies, then it's a better, more even 1v1 at the end. So now you're kind of flipping it on the zone position, but like, yeah, they're mega strong. So let's see when the fight pursues and see if you guys can focus the same target.
That was miscommunication. I remember watching this part like 6 times.
Yeah, same.
We called to take that small piece of land above, since it's a much stronger position for the late game. And then Vin and Mickey started walking towards the campfire, and I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna get engaged, and they get engaged.
Well, you guys like almost won this fight. Like if you just play this together, you could have gotten it. Like here, they're getting engaged. Like this is fine, you're trying to get out, blah blah. You split on 2 angles, you engage. This is good. Why is the Brow going on the jewel instead of finishing this one?
I thought he had him. I really thought he had him.
Again, we're not in church and it's not Sunday, so we don't have time to believe. we need to know. We need to know, guys.
Yeah.
Like right here, it's better to just go together because even if he has it, you are going into a 1v1 into a target which is objectively stronger than you. So if you kill that guy, then go together for the jewel, and you got those 2 kills, then you kind of have man advantage and potentially could fight it. But yeah, this game, like, yeah, it's surprisingly close, but I would say, like, main thing is, like, early game assessment. Where, like, if you're in a good spot or not, like, you had a good isolated fight with better powers, better levels in the early game. Secondly, positioning, like being together. And then thirdly, Help itching. I can't write there. Help the team. Like in three-way standoff, don't be the team that starts to engage.
Okay.
And then playing together, like lastly, kind of stuff. If you just play on the same target, then you can blow pretty easily, because you do have a lot of damage dealers, so... Any questions? Anything you guys are wondering about?
I still don't see like a way for our comp, especially early game, to win oath comps.
Well, you just blow up the oath then.
Oh, he's
mean-
just walling the jewel. And...
Like for
Yeah, I mean,
like for
he's
example, the
walling me.
1v1 you guys like had against us in Hallows. If you just jump the oath, you guys as 4 damage carries can blow up the oath, and then you have man advantage.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's all about like playing on
Especially
the same
that the-
target.
The oath was also very extended towards our KP.
Exactly. Like just seeing the moment, like when the oath is forward like that, grapple hook dunk, and then you guys follow up, boom, turbo.
Yeah. Okay.
But again, new game, new possibilities. What's the thoughts here? What's the idea on this game? Let me actually, so you see things spawn. There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instant.
Okay, so you just want Abyssal Vaults.
Kaiju every game, yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
respectable. There's a plan at least, good stuff.
Here, usually when we have Kaiju and Underrot, we drop on the camp above, and then we run to Prisma, take the vault, and then we take Campfire and Night 1 boss.
That makes sense, yeah. That's good. I like the position. It's easy to play for multiple objectives, so I don't mind it.
I don't...
Why?
Okay.
Yeah, why do you guys drop here?
I don't remember why we dropped on this camp.
Wait, can we get the comms?
Yeah,
To
sure.
I
notice
think the
that,
comms-
I guess it was by accident.
Here? Did we even drop early? Like hell early? Wait, count teams.
I don't know how to count, guys.
Okay. Sounds horrible.
Where do we go?
Yeah, Mickey. Okay, Mickey.
Yeah, if you could drop here.
Well, it said drop here, so there
Yeah,
was
yeah.
call for doing it, but why?
Yeah, I think the plan was to get 4, since we didn't see too many teams drop. And usually we get into positions where we fight level 2 on Underrot, and it ends up ugly.
That's fair. So the only change I would do then, like it's a fair plan, like sure, like farm up this area and then go in, which is fair. I would only then want to do it from the bottom side. The reason why is because I mentioned earlier, like look at the path, then you're putting yourself on an edge instead of potentially being between people. You see 2 people here. If they want to play for it and you guys here, then you kind of clumped if somebody rotates in. But if you drop in the grind or scavenger, at least you're playing from an isolated side, and then you can play into Underrot. Yeah, it seems like they're scattering pretty much. 2 teams.
Something we only started doing in the last day is we stopped splitting camps if we're not contested for them, which I think it's something we should have done way earlier.
And for the shards?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something that Retri told me like in the day of the tournament.
Yeah.
Retri was talking to me about that.
Yeah, we talked about it as well. So like it makes sense because you just want as much upgrades as possible because it's so much more easier to gain. So I think that's probably like if the system keeps as it is, it's probably the most efficient thing. Yeah, let's see. You guys level 4 and then Abyssal. So let's see how you guys approach this again. You guys are fairly split. You guys are going kind of early in. And you're playing, okay, let's see. Multiple angles. I don't mind it as long as you play on the same target. Actually, let me go back once and then have comms at the same time.
Don't die right now and we're fine.
Okay, I'm down to not die. Not die?
Good comms, just don't die.
Just don't die right now. Yeah, we're good.
kind of split. Aiden, help me with Aiden. He's gonna just zone me out of the fight. Yeah, here we should just go.
Why?
At this point, like the moment we didn't focus Aiden there, because again, especially against Chipsa and Aiden, they know that all they need to do is hold shield towards my direction, and I cannot play the fight.
I see a totally different reason why you just shouldn't fight at all.
I see also our Kingpin on the other side of the map.
I see another reason beside that.
Okay, that I don't see. I wouldn't call it that strong of powers for their characters.
Okay, so how are you ever engaging onto Jewel with a heart?
That's true. That's true. We don't
Mythic
engage.
can just play with the bushes here. Like, sure, Aiden is not as strong, but I think that this is the thing, like, as we talked about with Game 1, where you're not really assessing what the enemy has. And right now you have 0 powers, and they have 6 here, probably 8 with last one as well on background. It's like objectively worse position.
Yeah.
And I think, like, if you're more efficient, like playing from the bottom side, potentially contesting the vault, but like, for example, in game 1, where you should have taken the fight, you have really good advantage, this is better for you, versus now you guys are split and you don't have power advantage. So you can't take in a fight where you don't really are in the best position. So already on back foot.
Yeah, and we were split from the first second of the fight.
Yeah, I would just call it off before it even started. So now it's all about coming back. And what do we do then? Yeah, we revive and we look for third parties. Try to get some farm. Right now you can't really look for any isolated fights. Now it's like, okay, you meet people higher. This means run. Just get out. There's like nowhere fighting. So I hope, unless they make like a giga mistake, that I hope to just see you guys keep on running and getting out.
No, I remember seeing the level 5 Shiv and being like, we don't. Here I'm just looking for a spike.
Okay, this hook is very risky as well.
Okay.
Because like even if you get the hook, if the Seth is smart, he'll just put nade on you and he cancels you out, so you can't get the dunk after. And then you're dead.
But I'm there as well, no? So I could dunk him.
Again, like how? Okay, I'll show.
He just nades the target. He doesn't actually nade you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show, because like even both of you have dunking characters, but boom, here he just nades here, where like he's gonna cancel out and then he can shift out, and you're gonna get cancelled, and they can just jump in with Jin, and they have powers.
Oh, okay.
So like that is specifically like, for example, like Kingpin stuff. If I see the enemy with a Seth or with a Shrike, I will not look to dunk out. Like you can look for a hook, but then you just have to walk backwards. Because if they're smart, the Shrike will just put the bird bomb, or the Seth will just put the bomb and cancel out the dunk. So you can look for a hook, but you can never dunk right after. And this position, the hook won't really do anything because you're on the back foot anyway.
Okay, good to know.
And I know Chapel is smart, so like he will probably do it. You can of course ego check somebody, like you see a Shrike or see a Seth with like, this guy doesn't know the text, so you can just go for the ugly, sure.
For sure we play very differently against the top 3 teams.
I'll be back.
I feel like for the entirety week of scrims, it was just, oh, it's not one of the top 3 teams, it's fine.
Well, okay, so look at the map now. How do you guys get back into the game? What is the plan? How do you approach this?
Like, right now, I would look to maybe even catch train, or I would walk towards the Night 1 boss.
Okay, so I like the train call. I hate the Night 1 boss call.
No, I'm talking about the one in
In where?
In Vine Grove.
Oh, like both are bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look at the zone. So you're giving the like say you take the vein grow. If you go for vein grow, then you give information that you're here, and then other teams coming here can ledge guard you. And if you go for this one, then where is everybody coming from the circle where you remember people dropped? Every team is here.
Yeah.
And you guys are just objectively weaker. I like to train because you can train and then you can get out on this side and then play from this side and try to third party people trying to get away from the fighting which will ensue here. So you can try to like catch strays which is coming from like the fighting area, or you could just get out early to potentially farm up and get whatever boss wherever these guys are going to be landing and try to one-shot them. But you know there's a team here, there's a team here, and there's like, I don't know, this could be it from the green team, but I think like right now when you're behind, as I usually talk about, when you're behind, you want to get into the circle as quickly as possible because people are usually very late to rotate. So you know there will be a lot of fighting here. So if you're early into the circle, you can catch the strays. But if you're a strong team and you're ahead, you want to play with the circle so you don't end up with people behind your back. That would be my thoughts here. So I'm hoping you take the train, but I think, yeah, both night bosses are really awkward position for you guys. No train and staying outside, sad moment.
Yeah.
Now I want to see, how do you guys solve this? Alright, pushing through. A little bit of NA pushing.
Yeah, I have no idea what we were even thinking there.
Okay, getting levels. This is fine. Okay, got a catch. Good catch. This is what you need. Like, no hard engaging. Catches his way back or third partying. This though, I was about to tell you before it actually happened, but yeah. Again, this is greedy. You guys are weak. You see a team. Your goal is third partying, not hard engaging. Like, sure, you see the finishing off a guy, but then again, this is, as I mentioned earlier, assess the situation. I see a void. I see 4 hunters that want to jump in. It looks kind of sketchy, and you jump into the void and like, oh no, surprise Pikachu face, what is gonna happen? It's like, so I think you guys need to play like a little bit slower and just assess the situation that you're in. It surprisingly looks like it's gonna go okay, but this could have gone like 10 times worse.
I think against a better team we would have instantly wiped there.
Yeah, exactly.
I also think against a better team, the ult void would have been on the 3 guys trying to kill the bishop.
No, but I think it was like fine for them to preemptively ult because they see a bishop ulting in, so you can like just get it out. Here, I just want to see you guys playing together. I don't mind chasing the void because we saw it was the last one. I don't think he had too good of stuff. He had a grapple hook, I guess, which is really good.
No, here we take a different fight.
Yeah. But you just need to get out. Like, you're looking for the fight, but you just need to run. Like, you're no position to look for fights. You just have to realize that, okay, we are weak. We're looking for third parties or catches. Fights are illegal at this point.
Oh, I remember this game. I got so upset at this moment.
Why?
I should have just run. But what happened here?
Yeah. So it's a lot of the same similar things as game 1, where you're looking for fights that you shouldn't be taking and not assessing like the situation before engaging onto somebody. But also like some small things here and there which you can try to utilize with rotation and making sure that you catch people off guard.
Yeah, I think playing middle of the zone when you're behind is actually a really good idea.
Yeah, it's like a rule of thumb. Like, I try to, like, when I talk to people, I try to talk about like a lot of rules, because I think there's a lot of good rules in Supervive, but of course, like, getting to the top level is knowing when to break the rules. But I think a rule of thumb with being ahead and behind is when you're behind, play inside circle, bitch people out, or trying to look for third parties or strays. Or if you're the strongest team, you play circle in, make sure you don't have anybody in the back, and then you can dictate where you push people.
Yeah, that's very different than any other battle royale. Usually, if you're in a strong position, you want to take the strongest position on the map. And if you're from behind, you want to play with the circle.
Yeah.
To try to get into those third parties and just hold like a side angle.
Yeah, the reason why I think it's so different is, for example, like Fortnite or Apex, etc., is that it's so much easier to hold teams. But because this is a MOBA, you're like fighting, you can't realistically hold teams when you are behind. That's why you have to like play with the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions? Anything you're wondering about this game, or just go to the next one?
No, I think we just go for the next one.
Yeah.
all good, all good, all good.
I think from the moment we dropped, it was questionable.
And is it just underroot? I see instantly ping, it's an underroot angle. Okay, so how do you want to drop? Like, thinking about the things we talked about earlier, how do you want to do like the drop here? Because I think this was bad, like when it did this drop.
Yeah, here we shouldn't have went grind, but I think we still go race.
Yeah, I agree. Like, again, playing from the bottom side, like you look at a circle, which...
Yeah, there's less reasons for people to drop south side.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about dropping Mash in you?
I don't like machine drop anymore. I was a big fan of it before, but I don't like it anymore because the mobs in machine doesn't drop much upgrades.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I like machine as like a secondary objective to get armor, but I don't like it as a drop because you don't really get upgrades on your equipment. Oh, wait, where did you drop?
Wait, but this is ranked, right? It's not.
Yeah, that's already ranked. That's not scrim.
Okay.
Oh, so this is not a scrim?
Yeah, that's not a
No.
scrim.
Ah, okay. Do you want to look through like any other VODs, or do you want to keep on with ranked? Like, I don't mind. So.
I don't mind watching the ranked because it's more. We play very differently in scrims, and we came to the conclusion we shouldn't. Like, we should just be consistent, whether it's ranked, whether it's scrims.
So how do you play differently in scrims versus ranked? Like, what is the main differences?
We're literally raining on every team.
Yeah, on ranked we're just running every team, and unless it's Bomba Pumpers or you guys, it's usually ends well. And I think, yeah, we are afraid of the names too much, but also just in ranked people don't play as fractured, I guess.
Okay, so what I was said, like, yeah, number one, like, of course, you shouldn't be afraid of names. Like, the best practice is when you can play against the good teams, so that should always, like, be a good goal to aim for. But in general, I think what is important about ranked is creating good habits. Like, of course, you will play a little bit different, like we do as well, because it is not as competitive. But I think the main thing that is important about ranked is making good habits. So say, for example, you want to be aggressive, you want to be fighting, because usually you won't meet the good teams. That is fair, but when you meet teams and when you play those fights, it should be approached with good habits. So you shouldn't run them down for the sake of running them down, but making sure that you play it smart. But you can still, like, of course, make ego checks and whatever, but creating good habits, I think, is very important through ranked.
I think like a big thing for me is a lot of times in scrims, after we get knocked by Bomba, I watch Niza a ton, and the guy is fearless.
Yeah, 100%.
He goes in situations that it would be like, nah, that's sketchy, but he just mechanically checks everyone. And a lot of our attitude towards ranked is we need to get good mechanically, and you don't get good mechanically unless you force every fight you see.
Yeah, so like, okay, so what I'm saying, like, of course, look for fights, but take the fights with good habits and intentions. Not fighting for fighting's sake. I think I think Bomba Squad can get away with it because they are mechanically better. But if you already have bad habits, I think that impacts a lot because they have a really good team with good synergy, so they don't really need to think as much about it. So if you want to get to that level, if you want to, like, for example, here, you're playing on two fronts, or like you're playing 2v4, which is fine.
I remember the call out. The call out was to steal the camp, to try to just delay them from getting their forwards, and then to regroup on the vault.
Yeah, which is fine. Like, I don't mind you guys looking for the fight. You shouldn't like just unga bunga go and fight them. But like, say you're in the 2v4 situation. Okay, can we like try to look for this fight? Let's play it smart. Let's play with poke. See if we can actually outplay them, which is fine. Which is like, okay, now we're looking for this because we want to try this situation. But like, oh, we see a team. We don't know the names. Let's just run them down, kind of stuff. Which I think is bad habits. So I don't mind taking the fight as long as you take it with intentions that are good.
Yeah. Here I should have called to regroup earlier since we saw the team on the right. But it didn't happen, and we're fighting in the vault.
Yeah, so like playing on two fronts. Again, here, small thing, I don't like you guys like going on two different sides. I think just make sure you play from the same side and then looking for fights. Small thing, but can make a lot of difference in like reaction timing and engaging on certain people. Here you're playing on Felix, turning on them together, going in together, fine. This is a bit of an awkward one, but small things that can be important. We can keep looking at the fights. So you have info. I guess you're just going for the grapple hook.
Yep, and the overwings.
Yeah.
Troy, can you pull out the in the meantime the second game?
And
Sure. The second game of what
of the tourney, the one we got of 6th.
Oh, true.
You mean the series?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be the last game I'll be able to stay since I was called in for work.
All good. I think like we have a lot of good notes anyway, so we shouldn't like over talk it. Keeping it okay, actually fight, let me go back.
Do we know about them? I don't think so.
No, it seems like they just...
There's global UAV. We should have at least had a hunch about that.
Oh, here? Okay. And like, I instantly, I said here, because like, the moment I saw this jewel appear on the map and the rest of the team was ahead, like, here, I would instantly jump her. You have Brawl coming from behind, and you guys, if you just like react to this quickly enough, assessing the information, I would instantly jump the jewel here. You go in one alone, you're playing 1v1, you give it resets, and now the other team had time to come in. Fellow, yeah, like this is about like saying, you know, creating the good habits, assessing the information. If Brawl like goes in from behind there, you guys see Jewel alone, instantly turn together, then it's a good habit fight. Like you assess that the enemy is making a mistake, and then you turn on that.
Yeah.
You're not on the same page, like one went in, one kept on doing the vault, and then you're playing on two different angles again. But then again, it works out because smiley face.
There's no reason.
But yeah, this is like the important things to like notice. For example, like if you rewatch, like, oh yeah, shit, dude, we had an opportunity here. If we were just like on page, like instantly turn that, then it's a good engaged fight, and we don't have to rely on just enemies making mistakes, but actually capitalizing. Do you wanna jump to that series?
Yeah,
instantly?
I think this one is.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I think this is the game that decided the series for us.
Yeah, from this point, I don't have to skip or anything.
Oh no, I think.
No. It's exactly that.
Yeah. Alright, so I imagine I don't have to ask questions. Is Abyssal Vault Insta?
Is it?
I think there's no.
Yeah.
It is.
It was, and it was unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's the game we were chased by hunting tuna for like 15 minutes.
That's not even hunting tuna. That's the entire map.
Wait, was it the game where you got spiked by Zebi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was.
And then I think I
already
got
run.
spiked again.
If you guys want to go for Voltaire, I'll probably do like this, because then you can go to grind. I think like dropping early here makes your path a little bit more awkward. Yeah, like if Orange team here goes for the Vault, I think they have a better path to get there.
Also, something I didn't know before the very last day of the playtest is the camp south of us where they dropped gives way more XP.
Which one?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like the big underground dude.
Yeah.
He gives way more XP than a regular camp.
Oh yeah. But yeah, one thing I think you guys can maybe do better for the early game, especially when you would want to do like the long rotations for vaults if they're like a little bit far away. I think it's better to quickly get to the spot and take the camps around there and hold control with the bonfire instead of then farming and trying to get in. Because if somebody now like rushes to the spot, takes the camp and then take the bonfire, then you guys lose on the resources and the position for the vault fight.
So if it's far enough, we just.
Oh, and yeah,
we just
I
end
never
it.
see the team is before. I don't know. I guess I might be onto something.
And they also knew we're coming for this. Since I was talking to Grazi like 2 days before that, and I was telling him, yeah, we're pretty much just going abyssal every game. As soon as we get to that abyss, Sebi is in a bush, just dashes forward, spikes me,
Yeah, because like
and goes back.
it's no problem about teams knowing your plans as long as you
No,
are the most efficient to that plan. Kind of thing.
Exactly. So like,
Hmm.
if two teams go for a plan and one team just does it more efficiently, we're kind
Yeah.
of fucked.
Yeah, because like for example, like with my team, I think it's very obvious. We will just always go for legendary armor and try to play for the like most stats possible, and then play from outside ring. And it's all about like who does it more efficient kind of stuff.
So if the vault is far enough, we just send it. We don't even farm anything.
Like you don't like you just go vault before levels.
No. We first run to the zone
Okay,
and then
yeah.
we just do the
Yeah.
camps there.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, get some. Oh,
Well,
wait,
would
I
you
skipped
say
over.
it's even worth for like one of us to just full send it there while the others farm and just I capture the bonfire?
Depends on distance and depends on the route. Like for example, this game, I don't think you can do it because the route you have is like everybody's dropping on this side, so nobody can really get there first. Because if a full team goes and you send one guy, then it's just lost. You kind of have all go. But for example, the game we looked at earlier, where what was it again? Yeah, where you could have dropped early and then highwayed down and then run. I think you could have done that because you saw nobody contesting you on the highway. Then send one guy, farm, get the bonfire, and then you can catch up. So it really just depends on like the position of the plane and etc.
And how easy it is for the average person to get there.
Yeah, but yeah, what's your guys' plan now? You get the vault here, you see the map. Like, how do you want to play it now?
Right now, I would actually avoid fights here. I would walk towards machine gridlock.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like in this position, you can get armor, you can get another vault, and you can get XP since nobody dropped the academy and then fight afterwards.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that. I think like the only like specific note for this tourney is that the thing that we noticed early on was that playing for placement wasn't as important because it's all about who can roll the like newer members quicker. Because we kind of realized,
Yeah.
It was basically a game of which one of our teams and Hunting Tuna get to the new squads earlier.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we realized. Like, if this is like a higher valued lobby, I would 100% like go for the right side, go machine, blah blah, and do that. But here, you guys know that Hunting Tuna is below. Either you ego them or you just look for isolated fights in the middle. Like, this is like not like correct quotation mark how to play, but like tournament specific for you guys. So.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because like we ended up last game just like, okay, guys, it's close, just drop in the middle. We know who's gonna drop in the middle, and then go from there, kind of stuff. So we kind of dropped our usual plan.
Wait. What happened here?
He was shooting you in.
Yeah, I'll just skip past. That's fine.
Okay.
Nothing happened.
Okay, we get another res.
Yeah.
And that's literally another team.
Yeah,
fun.
so you see in level 4, you see a team in the academy. Right now, it's all about like restabilizing, trying to get back together and try to snowball a game. Like, if you're playing this correctly, again, like, this Felix is kind of lone, but you guys are all split, so there's no like capitalizing on one target. So you're kind of just running infinitely around.
Yeah, this game we literally ran for like 10 minutes, and I literally didn't even see a way out other than guys just keep running, try to get somewhere.
I think here, like, what I would do in this position is just boot it for Fragile, get the bonfire, get the revive, and then try to play for damage soul potentially. The problem is the academy team, so that's gonna be hard. So you then you have the option of looking for an isolated fight on top side or go for the night 1 boss. But yeah, I would just boot it to the top side of the map because, like, as I said, circle, nobody knows how to rotate, so everybody's gonna be here on the next circle.
Yeah. We don't do that, by the way. We just go. Do we revive academy? Yeah, we revive.
Yeah, we
academy.
do.
That is, I
remember-
respect the balls. I respect the balls.
I remember the call was gridlock, and then the moment I saw them touch the damage soul, I was just go for the res. Go for the res. We're just fighting them.
Alright, but what I want to see here is you guys like linking up somehow. Like Jewel on a mission on the damage soul. I hope you guys just go together and.
Yeah, I don't remember what they do there.
Okay, you're back together at least. The band is back together. Now, third party and look for catches. You're behind, so that's kind of the name of the game. We see in from bottom side and top side, you have an isolated fight on top side, but you don't really want to look for isolated fights, so I'd rather like just look for catches on bottom side potentially. Taking a bonfire would be, yeah, that's nice, just to have a bonfire. Another vault, that's good, like slowly but surely getting back into the game. Alright, red team, okay, let's see this fight. You guys are on multiple fronts. I hope that if you do get a catch that you play on the same target. Jewel dashing in alone, ulting, now Jewel has nothing, and Jewel is getting turned on. Yeah, we cannot engage with Jewel first, guys. This
Yeah, I think the plan was Dumpster was doing the camp and he stacked it up, and I tried to steal the reset since I saw him. I know how Jules' mind thinks when he sees 4 stacks, and for some reason anyone can pop those stacks. Like, I don't have to be the one to stack it up if there's an enemy Jewel.
Well, will you win the fight by doing that?
I have Dumpster inside of my entire team, but he gets the reset before me and he gets away and I don't.
Okay, good hook to save. Alright, decent comeback. Again, I think this also kind of stems from the enemy team comp and not really like punishing you guys, but it's the comeback that you need.
Yeah.
The only problem, okay, you actually got 2 legendary armors, you have really these powers, like, so now you can look for isolated fights, I would say, like you're in a position where you can look for isolated fights, and try to look for like objectives. So I would just like, wait, what, oh, actually instantly fight.
Wait, nobody picked up this level 3 armor?
Good comms, good comms. Okay, you're playing on the same side. This is good. Like, this was a clean fight. You're all playing on the same side. You're playing on the same target. Clean. That was good. That's what we needed for the whole world review session. We got one fight, one clean one. Maybe the best fight I've seen all day.
Sure.
Yeah, you guys are in a really good position now. So
Okay. You'll see what comes. That's funny.
well, I remember this game, so I know what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I hate the fight at the end.
the
It's so chaotic.
I'm waiting for the moment we hit the UAV. Yeah, here I'm pinging to pack up the bomb and throw it over the wall.
yeah, you need to react to the boss like just getting taken. Can't just give the boss for free. But you guys are really split and playing on the
wait,
camp instead of going for the boss.
Where is the boss? I remember that we know that in Fragile we have like 5 squads.
Yeah, but the thing is, you guys can ledge guard easily, but you're kind of giving this boss over for free. So, for example, you can go over and ledge guard here while Kingpin looks for hook here and then tries to play isolation on this side. You can also just like you can also here, glide, and then fly over the wall. Just to get into position. You don't have to go all the way out here. You can just fly over the wall on the bottom side there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're kind of just giving the boss for free. And unluckily for you guys, that's me. So we know that you guys are the only team in the top position. So now we're just perma-targeting you guys with, what is it called? Bubba's Brain.
When did you get Boba, by the way?
That was that boss. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you were the team above. Okay.
Where are you in this position? Are you the team south?
No, we are. I think we have an anti-UAV or something.
Okay.
I think Boba is making you UAV mean.
Yeah, maybe
But
it's
I'm
that.
not sure.
But yeah, you guys just gave Bubba's for free.
Okay.
So now, yeah, like sure, you know there's a lot of people here, but you can just fly over here. You shouldn't even have to take over the bonfire. I think the optimal play, leave the bonfire, fly over here, look for the catch on the boss. If it doesn't work out, TP back and then play from bottom side. Or look for catches on top side for kills, you know.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think we're already here, I think. But yeah. But yeah, you have an isolated fight on bottom side. I would 100% like look for the isolated fight on the bottom side. Try to get an advantage. This is the thing about like making sure that you're at least trying to contest the bosses. Here, you can like at least look to ledge guard on top side. I don't like how you're split here. Like being inside, outside on the circles. I think you could just like ledge guard on the islands on top here.
Yeah, I think we played this part too passively.
Yeah, you kind of just not doing anything.
Right now, like even the first time I watched the replay of this game, I was like, why are we not just pushing into frag here? We know there's like 5 teams, 7 teams are still alive. There must be a lot of solo players.
Yeah, so like just make sure that you're playing together. But I think 100% you just look for stuff. You're in a really good position. You don't have to be afraid. Like if you guys were behind, then you're looking like, then you're just lurking around trying to look for third parties. But right now with the position you had, you just look for people, like constantly look. Even if you meet a team stronger than yourself, then okay, then we found a strong team. Let's play on the opposite side. Then you have information. But you kind of play with zero info.
And here I think the mistake is we went through the portal. We should have just taken back the position we had earlier.
Yeah, saying like, as I say, never, you guys are going into the middle. Either hold this side or this side. Like play from the circle edge. When you're ahead, play with the circle and then pinch everybody else in the middle kind of stuff.
Because here we're just in the middle and you hit a good hook on us. And we are kind of scrambling after that.
Yeah.
Also, we played the fight after that really poorly.
Yeah, you also have low ground. Like, yeah, you're just in the middle of the circle, as you say. It's just a bad position.
Yeah.
So you're just targets from both sides potentially. Here, like, you also just need to realize that, like, he's 100% dead. There's no in, like, sure you have hover wings, but trying to look for the fight there is so, like, trying to look to save is really dangerous as well. Yeah, I would rather just hover wings and try to pick up the most wanted instantly and then play from that side.
Also, the fight straight after that was...
Yeah, it was kind of sus.
Yeah, it was the fight we reviewed the most.
Yeah, I think you guys are just playing it really, really slow. It's fine. Oh, jump. Yeah. Again, you're playing on 2 different targets again. You're not playing together on the same target.
Yeah.
We called it out like right after this happened. That if we would have all focused this bishop, we probably win this fight.
Yeah, I think so.
If we get the knock on bishop and Brawl just holds the wisp, we just instantly win the fight. You guys just wasted ult, and we have Kingpin and Bishop back.
Alright, I'll just bring some notes that we talked about today. Does that make sense? Just make sure.
Not sure to understanding.
So with circle versus against circle.
Oh,
like if you're ahead
okay.
or if you're behind.
Okay.
And then yeah, I think the main thing, and then I probably have a 4th note. What else did we talk about? Alright. I think this is like the main things that we talked about today. I think efficiency, as we talked about, like even if you guys have the plan of going for Abyss Vault, which I think is fine, make sure that you always look what is the most efficient path we can do to our objective. Play together. Main thing, like you guys have hunters that can easily blow up targets. You just need to make sure that you are doing it together. With circle versus against circle, depending on like, are you ahead, are you behind, how do we get back into the game, or how do we extend our lead? And then assessing power levels, for example, what do we have, what do the enemy have, is this a good isolated fight or bad isolated fight? Does this make sense?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, it does.
Nice. Did I forget anything you like you guys remember that would be nice to add on to this?
No, I think he got all of it.
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions? Anything you're wondering about in general, or?
No.
Hold on, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm
go for it.
I'm getting ready in the meantime.
all good, all good. Like, take your time.
By the way, when you were playing with the brawl, what was the plan? Like, what was the role of the brawl in the camp?
That's a good question.
When I was playing with Triple?
Yeah, Triple.
Yeah. So we had different styles, a little bit depending on the patch. But like, I think what we went for on the later parts is that Brawl is usually never the one to win the fight, but he's winning the fight even more. That's why it's more of a follow-up, because you always want to be playing to stack up your empowered, because when you're empowered, that's like when you can do shit. So our comp, what was our comp back then? That was probably Brawl, KP, Bishop, and
Luna, I think.
Yeah, Aluna. Yeah, so what we'd usually, like, we'd be looking for catches either with Aluna or KP, or looking with like poking with Brawl and RJ. And the moment we either get one catch or we stack up the Brawl, then I with the KP can play together with Brawl to combo people. Because if I with like a KP, I can shift the dunk in, and then the Brawl can follow up with that to layer the CC even more. Then it's like just a free kill, like super secured. So Brawl was more of like not a supportive role, but like a follow-up role, because he has so much mobility that he can easily follow up on Aluna catches or KP catches, etc., to win the fight harder, but not win the fight originally.
Okay, then I have some questions, because I talked with Limmer about it. He said Brawl is really weak in like show match scenarios and stuff.
Yeah,
but he said something completely different. He said if I look for like angles, I should always do it. That's what he said. And if I find an engage angle, I should engage first. Bait out some stuff, get some shit, maybe lower the health, and then my team should follow up. So I should be the one engaging and just doing some chaos shit, and my team is there to follow up. Isn't that also a way to play it, or would you say it's just completely dumb?
I wouldn't say it's completely dumb. It's a different way to play it for sure. The reason why I don't like it is because you're not really utilizing like his power. So what it's basically saying is you go in and try to be like annoying, because I don't think if you ever jump in as a Brawl that you really do much damage unless you're empowered. That's why I think he's better as a follow-up, because you want to stack up and then kind of brawl. But the problem is that if you start as a Brawl with an engage, then you haven't stacked up and you don't really deal damage. And if you play against like good teams, I think you easily get neutralized. Like, for example, my role as KP, what I always look for is that if I ever meet a team that has a melee hunter, I will just match that melee hunter and neutralize him, because I don't think any melee hunter can engage onto a kingpin.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that if a Brawl just ults your stun, wouldn't you say that you're kind of out of options?
But why would I stun? If a Brawl engages me and I'm KP, he will just like tickle me. And if I know his ult is down, then I can dunk him. But I'm just neutralizing. So I'm just matching his position, and then if he chooses to do something, then I'll have the backup of the team. Because the thing is, if Brawl engages and I neutralize him, then my team can deal the damage and just hold him. I'm just being there. But if he chooses to go on the backline, then I can ult him, and then I'll apply anti-heal. Now, if he want to juke that, he will ult, and then I'll have my dunk afterwards.
Yeah, okay.
So I just play neutralizing KP if I ever meet a melee hunter. It's the same with like I have a specific strategy against pumpers. I can leak it. Like if I ever see Blixt on Jhin, I'll just match him because Jhin can never engage onto KP. If he jumps in, I'll dunk him. If he daggers, I'll turn around and I'll dunk him. I control Jhin, so that's like my mentality with like basically all melee matchups.
Is there anything I can do about that? Is there anything I can do to play around that, or is it just?
I don't know. I feel very confident with it because that's what I've been doing the whole playtest, and I haven't found anybody that has like surprised me or stopped me from doing it. Or like the only thing is like Oath's just hard engage in, because Oath hard engage with the shield. I can dunk the shield, but he can also knock back me. So good Oaths can brute force engages, but like any other melee like Felix, Brawl, Jhin, those I just match, and I haven't met anybody that can stop me neutralizing them. So I'm not saying it's a perfect strategy, but I haven't found anything that can stop it yet, at least. So time will tell.
That's very interesting because you're like the only Kingpin player that does that. Because if I play against any other Kingpin, they just mindlessly ult. I dodge that. They try to dunk me. I ult and I kill them. But yeah, I guess what you're saying makes pretty much the most sense.
Yeah, for example.
Player.
Appreciate that. Thank you. So, but like again, this is just my opinion. So we will still, when we get open beta, see if there's new angles to play it. But yeah, it's been working really well so far, at least.
I think maybe for this patch, just Brawl wasn't as effective as it used to be, at least.
But that's also like my view on melee hunters is that like for competitive, like I think anything works in pub games. I think anything works.
For sure.
But my personal opinion on competitive viable hunters is that I think Jhin, Brawl, Jhin, Brawl, and Shiv is totally dog shit unless they're mega broken. Because I think they're so easy to neutralize and just outspace.
Okay, but Chipsa is saying Brawl is just OP because he has so much mobility and his kit is so overtuned and shit. Wouldn't you say he isn't OP? In pub games, sure, I think anything works. I think he's really good in pub games because it's easier for him to like snowball. I play with Ori and like he played Brawl in like pub games here and there, but it's all about like snowballing and playing the effective fight. But I think if you play against good teams, like I haven't seen anybody do it effectively yet. So I'm not like disregarding that it possibly can be good, but I don't look in competitive setting at least that I think Brawl is like really bad. But yeah.
Also, another question also related to Brawl. How much, since we don't play with a support, we've played with a support one of the days since we needed a kill.
No, we did not. We did not.
No. We played with Chan, and we also played with Thumpnuts, and both of them were playing Zeph. And you see the amount of pressure they get the moment somebody anti-heals someone. Do the players you play with ever get pressured by just sheer anti-heal?
No, I don't think there's a lot of teams playing anti-heal. I think that's the problem. Because the thing is like,
that's my question. If our Brawl can just go in from a different angle, anti-heal 3 people, would it be enough for a team to be like, oh wait, maybe our position is not that strong, maybe we should just back off, wait for it to fall off?
But then if a Brawl is engaging, like how is anybody following up on that? And I don't think realistically Brawl can like anti-heal 3 people. I think if a Brawl jumps in, again, I'll just neutralize him. And if you anti-heal the KP, then I'm smiling in full tank. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, from Lemur's perspective, what Vin should do is just play an off angle, wait for the right opportunity, and just chain in from off screen, hit anti-heal on 1 or 2 targets, and then we follow up.
Well, it could work. I haven't seen anybody do it, so I'm
I
not
would-
disregarding the
We
option.
haven't seen anyone do it either. Like
Yeah.
it's only Lemur Squad, and since we haven't faced them, we don't know how effective it is.
I mean, nobody's playing Brawl, so
Yeah.
Nobody's playing NA, so
Like Vin is the only Brawl player right now in EU.
Yeah, kind of. I think so. Yeah, probably.
So we are really trying to find a role for him to play within the team, because usually my role is to try to get a pick, try to cause chaos, honestly. A lot of times, especially if I have a BIS specialist, I would just dash in, dash out nonstop. And I would just pace myself in a way that I will always get to an abyss.
Well, I think you can like run a good engage like style with your team. I think you maybe then just have to like maybe itemize differently. What do you build on KP, Mickey?
I'm going Rampage and Perseverance right now.
Yeah, so that's like the first issue. You have 4 hunters that all wants to
Yeah.
brawl, and you're all squishy. So when you're engaging, who really wants to engage and who actually takes like the space? I like that build as well, like in pub games, but I always go full tank in competitive because I can engage, I can jump in, dash smash, and then still get out with my small dash and survive, because then I know I have my backup of my team. But if any of your hunters engage, then you have to all go together, or the one guy will just get blown up instantly, kind of thing. That's what I like see happening.
So we can't have scenarios when we're like, we can have scenarios where we go 2-2. We just can't ever have someone isolated. And like best case scenario is we all 4 of us just jump the same target.
Yeah, like you have to be creative. Like sure, you can make it work, but I do think you're for sure like playing with a disadvantage with the comp that you have. But I can see you guys make it work, but I wouldn't confidently say that you can make it work against like us Bombar pumpers.
I mean, we won the Scream.
We want to
We won the Scream, so
I think we have the most trouble against Bomba Squad. This is the only squad we haven't figured like a single way to play against. Your squad, we do have a few ways to play against, since usually it's if you're not part of the fight, or if somehow we get a good pick on you, the fights become way easier. Usually you just have the strongest powers. You have the powers that fit your character the best compared to the rest of the team. So if you're not part of the equation, we usually are able to get something. I think your squad is definitely the squad we had the most success against. Again, it's not
no
like
offense,
we
no.
were
Yeah,
we weren't wiping you. We weren't wiping you or anything on site, but the most fights we won were against you. Chipsa squad, only towards the end we realized if we just hard engage, like really hard engage them, they kind of just start falling apart unless they hit a good oath ult. And like we have no idea how to beat Bomba. It's like you either spike someone and hope for the best, or it's kind of just over.
I think what you need to look for in Bomba is that they overstep usually, and it kind of showed in like the one Scream game that you guys had, like when you were in the 1v1 at the end. They are very confident players, so they will overstep. And I think their weaknesses lies in how they split up when they're overconfident. And if you play together to get those targets, I think you can get it often. I think the main ways we win against Bomba is because they are splitting up. I think that's their like biggest fault.
And of course, the final thing is that we just cannot seem to have consistent fights against any oath team. It can be the most random person, but as long as he understands the fact of, oh, I hold right click whenever I see a jewel, we just can't play, since my damage is so integral to just taking a target out. And we just fall apart if that happens.
Yeah, so like again, you are with this meta, the last playtest, you are playing with a bit of a disadvantage because of what is strong. So, but again, when you guys feel more confident, with the macro game and can start to branch out with different hunters, I think it will look a lot better. But you're for sure needing to be more creative with the style that you are playing, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That-
perfect.
that's
Okay.
great.
Yeah. Any other questions? Anything you're wondering about in general?
Don't think so.
By the way, do you have a specific way to fight the off team?
Like let's see, when we meet like pumpers, like for let's see, we play like Myth, KP, Bishop, and Oath ourselves. So usually either like I will match the Oath. So like if I can take the Oath attention, then the others can like look for catches or we blow up the target. But usually like their comps are often weird, so we can look for catches because they don't play like brawl comp behind the Oath. So for example, if they have a Stalker or like Jin, then I can match that, look for catches. Or if they play with Myth, they also tend to like split up in general. I think in general, we tend to engage them before they can engage us. We'll just like off engage before they can off engage on us, kind of stuff also.
What I feel about their comps is that they're kind of playing two different comps at the same time.
Yeah.
Because they have the Oath, they have the
Is that
Myth.
Myth?
So like they want to just hold ground and just deny entry to anyone trying, but at the same time, if you just find any opening, it suddenly becomes a Jin whose whole job is to assassinate a target and then get out. No one else can really help him with that. They have a Zeph and an Oath, which I guess is fine, but usually they just split off the Myth away from them. So it feels like unless you're the one to engage them, like if you're the one to engage them, they just start falling apart and everyone tries to play a different role.
Yeah, I think for sure that's like a consistent thing you can do, like being sure you are the one engaging first onto them kind of thing.
Okay.
No, I think we all good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we went over everything.
Wait, I have another question.
Yeah, go for it.
I have to be annoying 1 second.
No, go for it, man.
As a Kingpin, what are you doing against Jewel?
Against
there a way you
Jewel,
can work around
I
it?
tell my Oath player to stand in front of me.
Okay. That sounds reasonable. What if you don't have an Oath?
Sorry, what did you say?
What if you don't have an Oath player on your team?
Well, then we
you
are
hope for the best.
Then we are playing the Jewel ourselves, I guess. Like we just be playing Oath every patch in the met because Jewel is. If anybody plays Jewel and we are Oath, you're just crying.
Yeah, I think currently KP and Gunner are the two easiest 1v1s for the Jewel.
Yeah, probably. I think like if Oath falls out of meta, then we'll probably like have Celeste and then play range. Like if we meet a Jewel, we'll just outrange her.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even that with the new ult might be, since Celeste wasn't in the meta ever since the Jewel ult changes, I really wonder how that matchup works.
Well, I think if they nerf Oath next patch, then Celeste gets back in meta, because the reason Celeste went out was because Oath became meta and Oath just neutralizes Celeste completely. So we'll see what changes they choose to go for.
But also the moment Celeste becomes meta, Brawl is gonna be back as well.
I don't think so, though.
So.
No.
Really?
That might again be my competitive bias, where I just don't think Brawl, Jhin, and Shiv is ever good unless they're broken.
Because for me, Celeste is a really easy matchup as a Jewel, because if she ever ults, I can just stack her up during the ult up, and if her team doesn't run away, they're just 4 people with 4 stacks. So that's why I'm really intrigued by the idea. If Celeste ever comes being meta, since even Tredsy, he was playing a little bit of Celeste in pubs, and that's probably when we had the best time against them.
Interesting.
suddenly you have Brawl ult to just counteract that. Suddenly you have me. If I ult and their entire team doesn't just scatter away, they're all stacked and I can just start dashing around.
Yeah, makes sense. That makes sense.
So right now, I mean, Gunner is a weird thing. If I get an engage on Gunner, I'm chilling. But if Gunner just controls space, it's horrible to even fight. He just puts barbed wire, shoots down a corridor, and I cannot play the game.
Smiley face.
And like other than Gunner and Oath, and Gunner is very situational, I don't feel like I even have any bad matchups right now in the game.
Yeah, makes
Unless
sense.
the Zeph just styles on me. For some
You
reason,
got 1v1 by Diablo, by the way.
listen,
Listen.
Zeph is probably the character I died the most to in 1v1s. Like even more than Shrike. And Shrike's like makes me so nervous. Because like the moment she hits the first shot and I don't have a dash, I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah.
But like
Fancy.
for some reason I cannot hit Zephs. And they just deal so much damage. And their hitbox is just so annoying.
Yeah, so small, yep.
Especially Midi with his 360 spinning. I cannot hit the guy.
I think we're good now.
Yeah, I already have to go. I'm probably
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have to thank you, I guess. You really
Yeah,
helped us.
thank you. Like, it's already 2 hours.
Yeah, went by quick.
Big.
And also, well, yeah, if there's anything, let me know, and then I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day.
Yeah, you too, bro.
Yeah, you too.
You too.
I catch you around, boys. Bye.
Sure, see you
All
soon.
right,
Bye-bye.
all right.